Hello students, this chapter is on exponents and power for class 8. So let's recall about some of the points that we have already studied in the previous classes. So we know that 2 to the power 3 is read as 2 raised to the power 3, right? But what does it mean? It means that 2 is multiplied 3 times and we are getting 8. Now, one more example I am taking. Just suppose it is given that 5 to the power 4. So what does it mean? It means that 5 is multiplied 4 times. Now, this type of numbers which are represented as x to the power m. This is of the form x to the power m. So in this one, this is x, this x is known as base, and the number which is written on the head of this number, that is m, this is known as power or exponent. Right. So these are the basic things that we have read already in class 7. Now, this is the continuation of that chapter. So let's see what we have to learn in this chapter or in this class. Okay. Now, first thing that we are going to learn in this chapter is exponential notation of rational numbers. Exponential notation of rational numbers. So, in the previous chapter of this class, we have learned about the rational numbers. You know that the numbers which are in the P by Q form are known as rational number, right? We can take one example as, just suppose we are having 3 by 5. Now, what is the exponential notation if this 3 by 5 is having some power on its head? That means this whole number 3 by 5 whole to the power 3 is the exponential notation of the rational number 3 by 5, right? So this means that this numerator 3, we have to write it 3 to the power 3 or 3 raised to the power 3 divided by 5 raised to the power 3. And already we have known that 2 to the power 3 means we have to write or we have to multiply 2 3 times. So in the same way, we have to multiply 3 times. So this can be written as 3 into 3 whole divided by 5 raised to the power 3 means we have to multiply 5 3 times again. So ultimately, when we are simplifying this 3 by 5 whole to the power 3 means we have to multiply them 3 times, and when we will solve them, we are getting 27 upon 125. So on simplification for this, we have got this answer. Okay, so this was the exponential notation of rational numbers. Now a very important thing we have to know in this chapter is, if what happens if the power or the exponent is a negative number, right? So let's see the whole same example, 3 by 5, if the power is in negative, at that time how we can solve this, right? We have to see that one. So for that purpose, we should know about what you can say is multiplicative inverse, or we can say that reciprocal. We should know about these two terms, right? Multiplicative inverse, what is multiplicative inverse, and what is known as the reciprocal of a number. We know that the inverse means, if I am talking about plus, its inverse is minus. If I am talking about multiplication, its inverse is division, right? So in the same way, multiplicative inverse or reciprocal means in a particular number, you think that in 5, what I should multiply with so that it will become 1. So if I want to multiply 5 with any number so that we are getting 1, that number could be 5, and whenever 1 by 5 is multiplied, you know that these two can be cancelled out and our answer will be 1. So whenever on any number, just suppose if I am taking 3, in this 3, if I want to find out its reciprocal, what I have to do is I have to just reverse this number. How I can reverse this number? You know that 3 can be written as 3 by 1. Both are same, right? So whenever I need to inverse it or reciprocate it, I have to just write down the numerator in the denominator and denominator in the numerator. So its reciprocal will be here it is 3 by 1. So it can be 1 by 3. So here you can see that whatever it was there in the denominator, I have written it in the numerator, and whatever there was in the numerator, I have written it in the denominator. So we have learned that reciprocal of any number. Just suppose one more example I am giving you. If I want to find out the reciprocal of 7, then its reciprocal will be, this is 7 by 1, so its inverse will be 1 by 7, or its reciprocal will be 1 by 7, right? This is for 7 to the power 1. Now what happens if any other number is such that 7 to the power 2 is there and we need to find out its reciprocal? At that time, the same thing we are going to write. This is 7 square by 1 we can write. Yes, 7 square can be written as 7 square by 1. So its reciprocal will be 1 upon 7 square, or simply we can write 1 upon 14. So we have learned in this video about the exponential notation of rational numbers and the multiplicative inverse or the reciprocal of exponents. Right, in the next video we will see some of the examples. So thank you.